The year is 1872. The place, London. An English engineer by the name of Henry Dirks joins forces with German metallurgist Friedrich Stoller to form the firm of Dirichlet and set up a steel mill in Sheffield. Their goal, to make the world's best cutlery. But they face stiff competition from another company which has been producing high-quality steel for over 100 years. How can they possibly compete? Simple, by stealing the other company's secret recipe for making superior steel. Now you might be thinking, this sounds like a bad idea, and you'd be right. But sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures, and these guys were desperate. They managed to steal the formula, and in no time at all they had created a new and improved version of it. This was a huge success, and soon every gentleman of means had a set of these super sharp, incredibly durable knives and forks. It wasn't just their razors that were in high demand either. The metal from which they were made became highly sought after as well. The two founders had somehow managed to create a steel so resilient that it became known as the blade that defied time, and people wanted to know how they did it. You see, when you really want something to last, you take special care of it. But sometimes, even with the best care, things break. A few decades after the founding of Dirichlet, an intense fire broke out in their factory that destroyed much of their stock. In the aftermath, a fire marshal was called in to investigate the cause of the blaze, and he discovered that the only part of the building that remained unscathed was the steel melting furnace. The intense heat had actually purified the metal, making it stronger than ever before. And while this was a great discovery, it wasn't exactly good for business. How could they possibly sell a product that never broke? So they tried to recreate the process, but no matter what they did, they couldn't replicate the steel's original purity. What they needed was more steel. In 1909, they decided to burn down their own factory to see if they could recreate the accident that had purified their steel. But it wasn't nearly as successful as the first time. The steel was stronger, yes, but it also contained dangerous amounts of impurities. As it turned out, the secret to creating the perfect blade lay not in the steel itself, but in the small amounts of other metals that were added to it. But before we reveal what those metals were, let me tell you about something that has helped me tremendously in my own journey through life. I've always been interested in history, but back in the day, there weren't many resources to help me learn about it. We had books, of course, but the internet was practically non-existent, and television was mostly just about entertainment. This is why I was thrilled when I discovered a learning platform. It's an easy and fun way to learn absolutely anything. They have thousands of bite-sized lessons covering everything from ancient history to modern culture. I'm currently taking a course called the Silk Roads, which covers the important trade routes that connected the East and West thousands of years ago. It's taught by a professor at a university, and I'm really enjoying it. With so many courses to choose from, I feel like I'm finally making some real progress in my quest to learn more about the world around me. And now back to the video. The secret to creating the world's most durable steel was actually quite simple. To make their steel stronger, they just had to add small amounts of carbon, manganese, and silicon to the mix. But putting the right ingredients together is only half the battle. If you want to be a master chef, you also need the right tools. And that's where the next part of the process comes in. These three elements are most effective when the steel is heated to extremely high temperatures and then cooled rapidly. Voila! The result is a strong, flexible, beautiful blade that will stay sharp much longer than other steels. But don't expect to find the lost formula of Damascus steel in any history books anytime soon. Despite its incredible strength, the technique was never patented, and very little documentation remains of it today. Most historians agree that it was lost forever during World War II when the Allies bombed and destroyed the Damascus Steel Company. Now you need to watch what actually is the strongest metal or check out why is the sky blue.